Yeah.
You got a $5 bill I can trade you?
No, I think all I got now are singles. Why? What's up?
I got $5 that I want a $5 bill for.
Sorry, all I got is,
Got a $5 bill, got a $5 bill.
I'll give you your $5 bill for my 4 singles.
No.
And 4 quarters.
No.
Well, then deal with it.
I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts.
Wow.
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 Wow. Wow.
I'm Mama Frey. We're drunk as a skunk on a Tuesday night.
Oh, man. What a great start to this podcast.
This is awesome.
This is... I spilled my beer.
You did?
Yeah, a little bit.
I spilled mine yesterday.
I just spilled mine right now.
What, you have a beer?
No. I spilled my alcohol, but, you know.
You're a fucking moron.
Well, you know. Meow. 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 Welcome to this week's episode of Felonious Friends. My name is Swithbert. That is Kai. He's actually currently in the kitchen, but my house is so small that you can still hear him while he's fucking around. I don't know what he's doing, but we do have food, and we're probably going to eat a little bit this episode, so I apologize in advance. But if everybody just kind of, you know, is chill about it, we are moderately drunk, and this is just how this week is going to go. So welcome to Felonious Friends. Like I said, my name is Swithbert. That is Kai Does Crimes. Food's in here. I have the food, and he's Kermit the Frog. So we are a little bit fucked up, and I'm going to continue to be fucked
Did
up.
you start episode 2 without
What?
me?
Yeah?
You
Hi, how's it
fucking
going?
Son of a bitch.
Well, why don't you grab the fucking, the ashtray?
First of all, you are not my dad.
You're right, I'm your brother. So, deal with it?
You can't pick for your family except for when you do and can.
Hold this.
Got you. Why would you throw that there?
Because that's where it landed. Okay, sure. So, hello everybody. This is episode 4 now. We would like to at least half apologize because we are coming right off of episode 3 and we are very inebriated.
Why would you put out such secrets like that?
Is it really such a secret?
I mean, I don't think they need to know that we're already fucked up from the same shit that we were doing in last week's episode.
Who
but
gives
whatever.
a shit? Yeah, we're a little lazy. This is gonna be... Oh, you haven't tasted the paper yet.
Nope, I
So
haven't even
we
opened
picked
mine.
up a couple of acid blonde tiny cigars while we were out cruising for poon.
No, cruising for food because we're fat.
What did I say? Poon.
Poon.
Yeah, exactly. That's
No.
what food, poon, same difference.
No.
Anyway, the paper on this tastes very sweet.
Not great.
Huh?
I don't know.
No, it's very sweet.
Is it?
Yes.
Strange. Knife. That'll work.
Acid cigars. It's like smoking an incense stick. This is a very strange flavor profile, I have to admit. We are not connoisseurs by any way, shape, or form.
0% chance.
But we are just a couple of jackasses who
This tastes like weed. Why does this taste like weed?
It doesn't.
Hold on 1 second. Pause.
Bye. Hello, everybody. That's
Hello
not
again, everybody.
goodbye.
Sorry, that was really dumb.
Telemarketers, they have all your personal information, and it's all thanks to China. Actually, more than likely, it's thanks to your cookie settings and the fact that you tend to give out your personal information without really realizing it.
Cigars are weird. Anyway.
Yeah, so you say it tastes like weed.
Well, no, now it doesn't. Now it just tastes funny. Here, see what that one is. I don't know what I just handed you. It's either mine or your yours, obviously.
Yours had chicken, right?
fuck. You expect me to remember
you
things?
You had the spicy Cajun.
I did have the spicy Cajun. So is that the spicy Cajun? Okay, so that's mine.
We got Firehouse. We
Here you
talked about it prior.
We talked about it. We got Firehouse subs. Very good. Very delicious. Very
delicious.
very nice.
It's even better when you have coupons.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to apologize because we are a couple of fat fucks.
Also, yes. See? Just proving it.
You know, I have to admit it's very strange going from one episode to the other because necessarily we aren't really prepared for it in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I mean, most of the shit we do is just off the cuff, off the top of our head, very
You're not
improv
wrong.
adjacent.
You're not wrong. Improv adjacent is a funny way to describe it. But yeah, the whole thing is just kind of like, oh, hey, well, here's word vomit for 35 minutes to an hour.
Well, the last couple episodes have been an hour and a half, so. You
Oh
know.
my. I'm so sorry, everyone who's tuned into this. An hour and a half of just the two of us.
Just
shitting
the
out of our
two
mouths.
of us.
Calm down, Grover
We
Washington.
can make it if we try, just the two of
They'll
us.
make me shove this pickle in your mouth.
Hey, man, I love the pickles that they've got. They're very good.
Mm.
They're very good pickles.
Mm-hmm.
I need more alcohol, so I'm going to get a little bit more Doughboy.
Sufficiently inebriated.
Sufficiently. Although, one of us doesn't trust the other one on their motorcycle.
Yes.
Why?
Because you're an alcoholic.
So's your mom. Shut up.
No, she's a bartender. She supplies the alcoholics.
You think she's not taking sips here and there and shots with the patrons?
I know she's not because her alcohol shelf at the house is empty. Or rather, not empty in the sense that it's empty, but all of the bottles there are relatively untouched.
Yeah, because she's been drinking at work. What's your problem?
Well, I would agree, except you can't take a 6-month stint of absence and still have the same alcohol shelf.
To a certain extent, I think you're not wrong. I think you're correct. However, I took a 90-day stint of...
There is dust on every bottle.
So she needs to clean her house, is what you're saying.
Never gonna happen.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Fucking 3 dogs, 2 horses, one of them died. Nope, a horse.
so yeah, just one horse then.
A horse. Okay.
I don't like this.
And I like it, it's fine. He does not like the acid cigar we have.
No,
picked up.
it's just that I feel like it's not lit, even though I'm looking at it and it's red. Like, it's obviously lit. But for some fucking reason, I don't feel like I'm smoking.
Did you cut yours improperly?
Maybe. How does that look?
See, you should have given yourself a V cut.
I don't know what that means.
V cut. Look. You see how I gave mine the pyramid shape?
Oh.
It's a V cut.
All right.
Sorry, I'm a little bit of a cigar snob. Having grown up in the nicer part of town, there were many cigar shops I would frequent regularly, and all of the gentlemen would cut theirs in the V shape rather than the standard cut.
This straight across like I did?
I guess it has something to do with how much easier the airflow comes through the cigar itself.
If you say so. I'll take your word for it.
I'm sure you will.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little bit of a moron and you believe anything I tell you.
Not anything. If you told me we went to the moon 14 times, I would disagree.
Really? You're one of those now.
I think we've been to the moon. We talked about this 2 episodes ago.
You're right, we did. So, again, I think we did go to the moon.
I also think we did go to the moon.
So the whole
I don't think we went 14 times.
The
but I
whole
think we've been there.
lost technology thing doesn't necessarily pertain to, like,
us not being able to go back. It's just that with the technology we used to get to the moon back in those days was so archaic that to try to go back to the moon on those same standards would be a ridiculous feat. Right?
Yes, but
So-
why can't we go back now? Because we've got such better technology.
Because we're still all fucking idiots and because we haven't done it for so long that we have new technology that hasn't been tested for those standards.
It can't possibly be that fucking
It's
hard.
literally rocket science.
90% of rocket science is plumbing.
It's not that simple.
It is that
It's
simple.
really not, though.
It should be.
You have to think about it on a universal scale and about how... Because breaking through the atmosphere is such a ridiculous feat. You have to think about, like, how everything's going to react under that extreme heat, both in and out of the atmosphere, and then making sure it's not going to fuck up / burn up enough to get there and then function when it gets there. We had all that, and then we moved away from it.
Okay, here's my point. We have sent how many rovers to different planets and the moon? 4? 4 different rovers? Just one? Bullshit, just one. 2.
Hold on a minute. People are not rovers.
Okay, but if we can send those rovers,
It's
and we
so
have
much
we
easier.
have the knowledge
It's
to
easy.
know what kind of material to make the rocket out of to get through the atmosphere, people weigh less than rovers.
It takes so much less to put an inanimate object on another planet than it would to put something that requires oxygen, a steady food supply, facilities to shit, to drink, to live a normal life into that fucking place way the hell out there.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin shat in bags and left them on the moon. You're telling me we can't put the same bags?
We don't live by those standards anymore, and everyone's
right.
gonna bitch and moan if we
That's
try to.
the problem.
I know that's the
I'm
problem.
so
but no
tired
one
of people
cares.
bitching and moaning about the dumbest shit. We can make it to other planets. We have the technology. We just refuse to do the shit we need to do.
We would have to engineer it all over again. That's just the fact of the
But
matter.
we shouldn't have to. We have so much AI now.
No,
You can
it's not
train an
even
AI
AI.
bot
It's because
to
of the
tell
shit.
us exactly what we need.
It's because of the fact that we have. No, it's not. It's not even that. It's so much more than that because the AI still needs people input. And people are wrong. People are wrong regularly. Think about where were you in 2003 when fucking Columbus exploded?
You mean the Challenger?
No.
No.
Columbus exploded on re-entry into the
Oh.
Earth's atmosphere.
I have no idea. Dude, you know how old I was in 2003? I was 12. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, you would remember.
I just
You would
wanted to
know.
play my
Bro,
fucking
that-
GameCube.
That's the shit that, like, that's the thing to think about. Is okay, we did all this shit, and we tried to do it on this grandiose scale of, oh, we can do this, and now suddenly, oh, hey, here, this one thing fucking killed everything, and now we can't do it anymore, and now there's Elon Musk and all these other fuck monkeys putting all this shit into space that's making even more debris, so you have to calculate for all the debris and shit that's in space that's gonna fuck up your module as you're getting out of orbit to go into another planet or even come back. It's all this shit coming together at once that makes it impossible for us to leave the fucking planet. It's all because we were too fucking stupid to look at anything long term.
So you're telling me that the fact that we have space junk is the thing that's really holding us back?
Yes, space junk more than anything is what's holding us back.
All right. Well, see, I can get behind that. I really can. You want to talk about space junk? Fine. I am full bore on space junk. However,
junk.
we can't there's got to be something we can do.
There's
You know what we need to do? Fuck space. Why are we paying attention to space?
I don't know.
Let us pay attention to the oceans. Because I think we've got 70% of the entire globe is covered in water.
Yeah.
And we have explored 10%
Sure.
of the water. Fuck that. Let's get in the water. Let's figure out what the fuck is happening.
Okay. Sure.
That's
So,
That was all I needed.
what about the Titan submersible?
The Titan submersible was a goddamn deep freezer wrapped in cellophane. That was a piece of shit. All right? And I still have doubts that 4 billionaires decided, yeah, no, I can definitely share space with other people when I go underwater. Fuck you. There's no way 4 billionaires went down for no other reason than to hide something.
No.
What do you mean, no?
There was a child aboard.
You think he doesn't count as a billionaire?
He was a billionaire, still, yes, but he was a child.
That's fine. But the child wasn't even supposed to be there. It was supposed to be the wife. And then the wife ducked out. So they just added the child. And the child was 15 years old. The child could have looked at his dad and said, go fuck yourself.
But he didn't.
But he didn't. And now, if the child had gone and said, go fuck yourself, he would be the billionaire.
But he's not.
But he's not, because he's dead, because he's stupid. What is it about money that makes people stupid?
It makes you feel invincible because you have power.
Okay, but
It's
you
literally,
don't.
hey, do this thing, and I'll give you this for it. And most people are gonna be like, why the fuck would I do that? But instead, it's like, ooh, how many zeros? I'll do that. Sure.
Not worth it.
It's not. No.
I mean, yeah, everybody has their price. I will agree with you. I've got my price when it comes to certain aspects of things. But at the same time, god damn it, if I'm a billionaire, I'm not sharing a submarine to go down to look at the Titanic.
Why not?
I'm going in my own submarine.
That will also explode.
Fine. But at least I know that I killed myself. Not I killed me and 3 other people. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for those people to have gone down there with extra people that they didn't fucking know or probably didn't know and then collapse under the enormous weight of the sea at
It's morals.
15,000 feet.
No one cares about it.
Morals, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I had $1 billion and somebody said, hey, you can take this submarine down to look at the Titanic crash, but you're going to share the space with 2 other people, and you can bring another person.
Just go to Vegas.
Exactly. Just go to Vegas.
They're the only piece of the Titanic that's been picked up off the ocean floor is in Vegas.
And I've
Just go
seen
there.
it. I've been there. I've done that. I've done that. And I'm a piece of shit with no money. Why do 4 billionaires have to share a sub? Why? Just pay the couple extra $1,000 and go just you and your kid or your wife or whatever and the guide and the dude who runs the thing on a third-party PlayStation controller. Like, that's what I'm pissed off about. There's no reason those people in the fucking sub should have been sharing the space. They have enough money to do... Fuck you and your bag hat. They have enough money to do it on their own. Why would you share space? It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. And they're covering something up.
No,
Yes.
I don't think they are. I think you're grasping at straws because you're drunk.
No. If I was grasping at straws because I'm drunk, I would go back to the fact that Chairboy was on Lolita Island.
What?
The smart guy.
Oh, fucking Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking was on Lolita Island for no reason.
First of all,
well, okay,
we're not
no,
calling it Lolita
There was a
Island.
reason that he was there. They were having some kind of crazy fucking gathering of the smart people.
I like how the Epstein Family Foundation is trying to put out a thing that says, "Oh, it says please give us credible evidence that Stephen Hawking was there," and it's like, if you guys are putting that out, it's because you're trying to cover your own tracks, and
Also that, yeah.
Everybody realizes it. And it's like,
sorry, we all know.
it's not our fault that he's sitting there like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. 2 + 2 is triangle. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Each side of the triangle is 4 feet long. Who gives a shit? Anyway,
Stephen Hawking did when those midgets couldn't figure it out.
that's still one of the funniest things to come off the internet in a long time.
Stephen Hawking liked to watch undressed midgets solve complex math equations on a whiteboard that was just out of reach. That's right. It's episode 4, and we're still talking about Stephen Hawking.
Here's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to pull a prank at work. Not like a crazy prank. Not something that would actually get me in trouble. But I want to buy 100 teeny tiny rubber ducks.
Oh my god.
Or those little babies they put at cakes at
Oh god, the cake babies.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know the cake
Where
babies.
for the when a woman gets pregnant and,
Yep.
and the person who has to throw the pregnancy
shower.
party or the baby shower, thank you. They put the little baby in the cake, and whoever gets the baby in their slice of cake is the one who has to throw the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy 100 of those little babies. or ducks, like I said, or whatever. Like just like 100 of whatever the fuck I can get that are little tiny things, and I want to hide them around my work. I want to put like 6 of them in my boss's office, so that it takes him like 3 years till he finds the last one, and he'll never know that it's the last one because he just continually finds them. Because like 5 is a nice round number for those of us with the tism, right?
Of course.
But like you throw 6 in there and really throw him off, then he'll think that there's like actually 10 of them, so he'll keep looking. But there's 6, right? But I want to just scatter them around my workspace. The entire all 1,400 or 14,000 square feet of my work building, I just want to hide them. I think it would be so goddamn funny.
How do you think the construction company who eventually gets your pallets are going to feel when they find a teeny tiny baby somewhere amongst the pallet?
I'm not going to put them in the pallet. Not like in the pallet. Like I'll put them on top of a pallet maybe just to like put 1 or 2 out in the open. But then we've got like 100 different boxes that have screws of different colors and lengths in them. Just put some in there. Like, and not even like just like don't open it and like throw one in. I mean like open it, dig a crater, put one in the middle, and then bury the crater. You know what I mean? And then like everybody there has like a cart that has little doors on it for the interior of the cart where we like charge our batteries and stuff. Like put a couple in there just randomly. But like not on the battery charger, put it like in the back corner underneath like a little piece of material. So they just think that like they had a piece of material, like just a little like 4x4 square. Hide it back there, right? Or like duct tape it to the bottom, like inside to the bottom of the top shelf.
Jesus Christ.
Like I want to go ham on this. I want to hide tiny rubber ducks or babies or whatever. Like I said, those are just the 2 that come to mind right now. But like, Freya, get out of here. But like, that's what I want to do. Because I think it would be so fucking funny for the next 4 years for people to continue to find these babies or ducks or squid or Cthulhu.
Squid would be pretty funny, I got to admit.
Just a bunch of little tiny like SpongeBobs. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense to you?
Yes. I think the babies would be the best part. It would probably be the best choice.
You think so?
Yeah. Itty bitty babies. Put them somewhere stupid. Throw a bunch of them in the fucking the toilet tank at work. So the next time there's a plumbing issue, there's just a bunch of them swimming in there.
See, but that's the other thing. We don't have tanks on our toilets.
You don't?
No, actually, you know what? We do. Now that I'm thinking about it. So we do, but the way you flush it, it's not like a little baby handle. It's not a handle. It's not a pull. It's a button in the center of the lid of the tank.
Yeah, you can still open the tank on
so
that.
pull and then throw like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Right? Or if I'm feeling really like fucking goofy, take a small piece of duct tape and like duct tape one just inside the rim, right underneath the seat, so that you don't see it when the seat lid is down. But then when you pull both like the lid and the toilet rim,
there's the baby.
There's the baby.
Good
right?
Lord.
Like that would scare people.
Scare people.
Ooh, tiny spiders.
Tiny spiders.
I could glue a spider to the inside of the thing.
God.
And that would send people
Glue a spider to the back of the bathroom door, to grab to get out. So they're like, huh!
The door stays open.
Oh.
We have the door like wedged open
What the fuck?
with a little piece of wood.
Why would you do that?
Well, so the bathroom, it's 1 urinal and 2 stalls.
Ugh.
Right?
It's one of those.
With 2 sinks.
Yep.
And a shower.
Concert style.
Mm-hmm. Except with a shower.
With a shower.
There's a shower in there. I don't know why. I kind of get why. Because it's an industrial plant, kind of.
Wash.
The eye wash station is outside the bathroom.
Huh.
So there's a shower, there's 2 sinks, there's a urinal, and then there's 2 stalls. That's the whole bathroom. Right?
Interesting.
The eye wash station is outside the bathroom. And it's an eye wash station and shower. So you got the pulley thing to do the shower, and you got the little lever to do the eye wash, right? But like, I could absolutely hide some of those babies or whatever I decide to get in bulk off Amazon.
Fucking hilarious.
In the toilet, like tape one in the urinal. Put a couple of them like in the shower area, like on top of the shower head,
Oh, that would be funny.
or like right like on the underside of the handle.
Use Scotch tape so you can't quite see the tape.
Right, or just a little bit of super glue because we
Just
do
a
have super glue at work.
The super glue.
Just like a baby dab of super.
Baby dab of super glue for a baby ass dude.
Right. That would be fun. That would be funny to me.
Funny as fuck.
But I think I would need to bring in another one of my coworkers because there's 10 of us in our company in the area that we rent out. But the entire building has maybe 50 people in it. Like maybe 50. And that's stretching. So like if I got up like into the super nice break room
Oh yeah.
and put some like in the fridge for like the other company,
That'd
you know,
be
because
funny.
that's their fridge. Put some in there. Put some like in my break room. Shish. Put some in my break room, like in the cabinetry. Put a couple like in our bathroom, and then like maybe try to sneak away and go and put some in their bathroom, because we have separate bathrooms, right?
It was just very strange.
But then it's all industrial machinery. So like I could absolutely hide some of those like in the industrial machinery because they're at worst they're made of plastic. At best, the little things that I decide to buy are made of like rubber of some sort. So like even if I put them into the machinery, like it's not gonna do any damage, as long as I'm not putting them in the cogs. You know what I mean? So like.
Also, like,
I could get away with it for so long. For so long. I'll just take like 10 or 12 babies or spiders or SpongeBobs or whatever with me a day and just take that day to hide them. And then as I'm getting lower and lower on my bulk of whatever these items are, then I'll start hiding them in like more auspicious places so that people can see like what
where
it
they
is.
are.
Yeah. And then as they find more and more of them in random fucking places, it would be more mind fucking. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Well, it's that absurdist humor aspect.
That, yes, absolutely that.
I love absurdist humor. I think it's the funniest fucking thing in the world. You show me a fantasy show where, like, there's a lady and her baby, and somebody steals the baby and throws it off a cliff, and it suddenly explodes. I'm gonna start laughing my fucking ass off.
What?
Absurdist humor.
Why did the baby explode?
Absurdist humor. Because it was a bomb. Because the baby was a bomb.
The baby was a bomb.
The baby was a bomb.
Well, you know.
There was an anime like that.
Was it really?
Yeah, like in the 90s, where this like little girl she found a dog in an episode and it was following her around, and this dude picks up the dog and fucking yeets it off a cliff, and halfway through it flying down the cliff it fucking explodes because it was a bomb the whole time.
You are gonna have to get me the name of that anime because I want to watch it.
Never, I have no idea what it's called.
Look it up.
I'll try to find it.
Okay.
But yeah. It's like that shit where it's a fighting style anime, and that dude has dynamite, and he goes, "What?" He's like, "Who says that throwing dynamite around isn't an art style?"
Okay. I guess I can go with that, but it's stupid.
So stupid, so funny. It's that 80s/90s humor.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
All right, I'm with you.
But I have to find it.
That's fascinating. Sounds like Akira.
Oh God, even older.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, it's like it's back when characters were like really round if they were children. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like fucking Astro Boy and Gigantor.
Fucking Astro Boy, dude.
Gigantor.
I think I watched like 4 episodes of Astro Boy and I got bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also like Big O,
Mm-hmm.
which was hilarious.
I love
But it was
Big O.
hilarious for the wrong reasons.
It was absolutely hilarious for the wrong reasons.
It was so dumb for no reason. When Big O came out, I was working at Harkins Theater, and while I was working there was a guy there, and I'm gonna name drop because I don't think he'll ever hear this, and I don't think I'll ever talk to him again because I lost contact like years and years and years ago. But his name was Ryan Oberacker, and he was kind of a portly dude. And his nickname at work was Big O. So anytime, like, those of us in the know about the anime would, like, walk past him or whatever, we would just be like, Big O! And then he'd be like, it's showtime! And then he'd, like, start sweeping really hard. Because, like, he was one of the guys that didn't really give a shit, right? So
Yeah, of
He would
course.
just do whatever he was told, and he would just do it with a smile. It's not trash, no. He would just do whatever he's told, and he would just do it with a smile on his face. So he was constantly the one that was like going down the 2 main hallways and like sweeping up the drop popcorn and shit. So it was just so funny for no reason.
Big O.
And then just it's showtime, and then he'd like start sweeping up like a fucking madman. Dude, the stories I could tell you from working at Harkins are so out there.
No Harkins that I can even think of exist anymore except the one way off the 101.
There's a Harkins at Chandler Mall and at Tempe Mall.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, all
There's
the ones,
also one at Scottsdale Mall,
all
I
the
think.
ones near my house fucking closed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating. You know what I'm sad about that closed that I wish was still going on? And I think it is still going on, but it doesn't go on nearly as often as I want it to.
Huh.
When I lived in Chandler,
Chandler.
there was a teeny tiny little, like, 5-screen cinema right up the street from me. Like, I didn't have to take any major roads to get to it, right? Like, I could take the back roads from my neighborhood and pop out, and I would be right there next to it, right?
Interesting.
And every weekend for a while, and then it turned into every other weekend, it would do the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, shit.
And they would do the live action, like, play version
Oh, shit.
in front of the screen as it played the movie.
That's kind of cool.
That's super fun. I only got to go to it one time.
Damn.
Here's the problem. The problem was some asshole saw like a thing about it in the newspaper, and they were like, "That would be really fun. Let's go do that." So he took his wife, and they were religious people, so they got mad.
Of course they did.
And they went back to their church and made a plea to the church about it, saying this is devil bullshit, blah 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 blah. So the church, when the lease for the cinema came up, so that like somebody new would have to take over it or whatever, the church ended up outbidding the guy that was running the cinema by like a lot, right? So the church took over it, and so Rocky Horror got shut down. And the church ended up getting turned into, the cinema ended up getting turned into a church.
If you're an evangelical Christian, you listen to this podcast,
Go fuck yourself.
I hope you can suck a fart out of my ass and hold it like a bong hit, because there's nothing worth this life for you except the 12 gauge that's in my shotgun.
So they stopped doing...
Fuck that, dude. That's so annoying.
They stopped doing, like, even just general movies, right? Like, the whole thing got shut down, turned into part of a church. They were still doing it in Phoenix, like here in Phoenix for a little while at some cinema, some small cinema somewhere.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic happened and it really got shut down because, you know, small businesses really took a hit during the pandemic.
Mhm.
I miss, like, I've only been there one time, but I had one friend who literally was one of the actors who would perform it while the movie was going on.
Yeah.
I miss the stories that he had. I miss the opportunity to go and like see that shit like on the regular.
Yeah.
I want to find it and I want to go to it again because
It may
was
not
it
exist
was
anymore.
so much fun the one time I got to go and do it. I'm gonna have to look into it and see if it's still a thing anywhere in the Phoenix metro area.
It has to be somewhere.
It has to
Lord
be somewhere,
knows.
and it like I said, it's probably like once a month, once every couple months, once a quarter even.
Yeah, Christians have a way of.
I want to go do that again, and I'm bringing your ass with me
go.
because it's the most fun you can have seeing a movie.
Okay.
It's so fun. Like, I can't even describe to you how much fun I had. Like, I was in like my old ass, because this was like back in high school, right?
Yeah.
So when I went, I had huge purple Trip NYC bondage pants.
Oh Jesus.
So they were like their chains and all that kind of shit. I wore a fishnet top. I put like super duper fucking dumbass makeup on.
No wonder they thought
like-
it was for the devil.
It's so much fun.
It's for the devil.
It's for the devil.
It's for the devil.
So if I find it, you and I have to go.
Absolutely.
Like we might even be able to convince Dad to go,
I think
and
he
that
will.
would be super funny.
It'd be so funny.
It would be hilarious. I don't know what he would wear. He'd probably just be like jeans and a t-shirt because that's Dad. But it would be so much fun to go back and see that again.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show. What did he take you the first time?
No, I went with some high school friends.
Ah.
I got invited by the guy who was doing the stage performance as the movie was going on, and I think I took my ex with me because we might have
think you
been.
took
I don't know
yours.
if we were together at that point, but we were like still really good friends. Like, because her and I met in high school.
Yeah.
And we dated a little bit, and then I went to like try something different as far as like the dating regimen.
Of course.
And it didn't really work out because one of the girls cheated on me with her ex and got a UTI, and the other one was just so goddamn boring and stupid. Did I ever tell you about the ex who like legitimately tried to get people to believe she was a vampire?
No.
So like when I was in high school, Twilight was like just kind of becoming a thing. Right?
God.
Like, I was in high school when Twilight came out,
I'm
right?
so sorry.
And one of the girls that I dated for, like, literally a minute, like, it was not very long at all, right?
Yeah.
She tried so hard to get people to believe that she was a vampire in some way, shape, or
Oh
form.
my god.
And while we were dating, like, she would come up with stories about how she had to go meet like the alpha of
What
the
the
vampire
fuck?
group, and his name was Carlisle,
What
which
the
is
fuck?
not how you fucking say Carlisle,
No.
because the guy's name was Carlisle. And she just ripped so many things out of the Twilight books because nobody paid attention to him at that moment in time. And like I went over to her house a couple times to like hang out.
Huh.
And she would just randomly, like, if we were hanging out in the living room, she would just randomly, like, stop doing whatever she was doing and, like, look at the back door into her backyard and, like, growl and be like, there's another vampire, like, 2 blocks north, and he's
What?
being an asshole.
What
and
the
I was like,
fuck?
what are you fucking talking about? Like, what is happening here?
What the fuck? Dude, if, it's so ridiculous, too, because you and I, as kids, we were heavily medicated.
I never had medication, actually.
Really?
Yeah, Dad got called into school one time by, like, one of the counselors, and they were like, we really think he should be on, like, ADHD meds or whatever. And he laughed and told them to go fuck themselves and then left.
Huh? See, I wish my parents were like that. Instead, they gave me the pills. And I think it's the girls who need the pills more than the boys, because they're fucking psycho. High school bitches are psycho, bro. I don't understand it. Like, the social hierarchy that they have in high school, it's been the same since, like, the creation of time. I just want to point that out. But it's literally like fucking ancient Egypt, where it's like the wealthy and the fucking the middle class and the peasants that nobody cares for. And you're a nerd. Come carry my books for me. Like, no, it's all bullshit.
To be fair, I did do that for a couple of
my
girls,
God.
but like they weren't the crazy girls, right? Because there were like the anime girls,
Yeah.
and then there were like the furry version 1 girls. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay.
That were like, there was one girl who would like wear legitimate ears and a tail to school. like to class.
Okay.
And like on one hand I envied her ability to do that because she
Because she
didn't
had
give
like
a,
the balls.
because she didn't give a fuck, dude.
That's funny.
But she was like the crazy one,
Oh no.
right? Like, and I'll never run into her again, which is sad because I would really like to hear her life story since then. But at the same time, it's like
She's a hardcore furry artist.
well, I mean, that would be cool because she's probably making $100,000 a year without even trying. But like, there were the girls, because I hung out with like the band kids, and the God, I can't think of the word. So I was in like
The nerds and the geeks.
well, yeah, but not the same. Like I was a theater kid.
A theater kid.
Right, but like I also hung out with the band kids because I had a lot of friends in like marching band,
Uh-huh.
so I'd hang out with that group a lot more often than anybody else. But like
Okay.
I also listened to a lot of like heavier music, so I hung out with them from time to time.
Yeah.
I was never the kid that like went behind the building at the far end of the school and like smoked a cigarette while I should be in class. Like that wasn't me. But like
Could have been.
I was an
Cooler if
Oompa
you did.
Loompa.
You.
Like legitimately, my mom probably still has the DVD. But I was an Oompa Loompa in the stage production that our school put on of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oompa Loompa. Double
And like
doo.
I was a cop and a nerd. Like I played double duty in Footloose
Oh my god.
when we put that on, right? So like I was a theater kid, right? But like the band kids were always really cool and I loved hearing the stories from when they went to like competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like my best friend, or one of the two of them from high school, Brendan, and I miss him dearly and I wish I could get in contact with him. He was a marching band kid. And he was part of the larger brass section.
Okay.
Like not larger as in like amount of kids, but larger as in like instrument
Yeah,
size.
no.
He played the sousaphone.
Oh my
so,
god.
So like the sousaphone kids, like the larger brass kids, stuck together, kind of.
Yeah.
So there were like 6 of them, right?
Jesus.
And there was a girl named Candy Alvarado,
Uh-huh.
and she also played like a larger instrument like that. And I think he started on the saxophone and he went to sousaphone, right? He was tired of moving all of his fingers. He wanted to just move 3. So when they went to
How
a
to please a woman.
competition one time,
Uh-huh.
they all like each of them bought like a Monster Energy or 2 at like a Circle K
Yeah.
while they were like heading out there, and they just shared the open can, and he was the only one that didn't get mono because his soft palate killed itself. Like, you know when you have to go to the doctor and get your tonsils removed?
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that
Oh,
because they just withered away and disappeared.
Wow.
It was phenomenal. He's the only person I know that had enough room in his mouth for his wisdom teeth to move in with 0 issue. Like, he just had a very large mouth, right? Oh, so you're number 2. Okay, so anyway, so...
It's starting at least.
But, like, it was so fucking funny to hear some of the stories that he had
Yeah.
from, like, going on these competitions and stuff, and,
The
like,
dog is stepping
the
on
mono
bus.
thing,
Oh.
and then, like, just you know, people fucking in the back of the bus when no one was paying attention. Like, I was never part of that. I didn't lose my virginity. If we don't count the molestation from when I was 16, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18 easily. Because I had graduated high school,
Okay.
and then it happened.
And then it happened.
Right? And I never gave a shit. Like, I never was, like, out to be like, oh, the pussy magnet. Like, I was never dad. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that was never part of my life in high school.
Yeah, no, I don't think it... is anybody really striving for that unless you hit the genetic lottery? I mean...
Well, I wasn't. I was the shortest male in my friend group until senior year of high school. Like, puberty didn't slap me with a ton of bricks until the senior year of high school. And then I shot up to 6 feet and, like, you know, whatever else.
Yeah.
But, like, there was one girl that I, like, kind of dated for a short time
Sure.
that got integrated into my group of friends through somebody else.
Oh, okay.
And
That's usually how it happens.
she seemed cool, and like we dated for a couple months, but her family was very flighty. So like she came in at the beginning of the year, but then she was gone by like the middle of the year.
Interesting.
And I don't remember her name. I can remember what she looked like, but every time I've gone back to my yearbooks,
She's not in there.
she's not in there.
Bro, you're fucking schizo.
And that could be because schizophrenia runs in the family, but like other people know who I'm talking. Like when I reach out to old friends,
They know who you're talking about.
they know exactly who I'm fucking talking about.
She's a witness protection girl.
But she has nobody has ever been able to give me a name.
Witness protection.
Nobody has ever been able to give me a picture. Nothing about this girl ever exists. And she was a lot of fun to hang out with. But that's it. Like, we hung out during lunch. I met her at the mall a couple of times. And then she was just fucking gone.
Maybe, okay, so two options. Either one, you fucked an alien.
I never fucked her, though. That's the thing. Like, we never had sex.
You almost fucked an alien. Or two, she was a witness protection girl.
I mean, maybe. I know the story was like her parents were going through a lot and there was like a huge divorce happening or whatever the fuck. But like, so maybe she got sent with the parent that didn't want to be like in town or maybe on the other side of town or whatever at that
Maybe.
point. Because it was high school, you know?
Yeah.
So like, she could have just been like 2 schools over and I would have never known about it. Because the high school I went to was so fucking stubborn about bullshit. Like, the 2 biggest high schools in the city that I lived in
Yeah.
were so gung-ho about beating the other one in, like, football and shit. Like, it was the dumbest shit.
That's how
Right.
they normally are, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I wish I could find her name and look her up. Because it would be so fascinating to me to hear about what happened after she disappeared and up till present day.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
There was a girl named Sasha that I dated for a while, and she was super cool.
Interesting.
She was the first girl that I ever got to finger behind the bleachers. even
Dear
though-
God.
It wasn't behind the bleachers, though. It was in my bedroom. It was in my bedroom at home. But it only lasted like 5 minutes, and then we moved on from each other like not long after that.
That's interesting.
Apparently, you weren't enough for her.
Which actually is completely like, I get it. Cause I was so loaded on caffeine back then, I barely remember high school. I would drink a Monster for breakfast. I would have a 2-liter Mountain Dew for lunch.
That was the Fort Loco era, too.
And then I would drink another Monster before school ended, before I got home.
You're fucking wacky.
Like, I was drinking so much caffeine back then.
It's a miracle you're not dead now.
You're absolutely right. The fact that my liver and my kidneys are still functioning on a basic human scale
Yeah, me too.
is absolutely astronomical.
I'm in that boat, too. Don't feel bad.
On the flip side of that, I haven't really had a whole lot of caffeine in the last handful of, like, 5-6 years. Like, I just gave it up one day. And I wish I could give up this fucking nicotine as easily as I gave up caffeine. Because my life would be so much better without all that shit in it.
Yeah, me too, man. Don't feel bad. That's how I feel about weed right now. If I could keep the perma high without being, like, smoking, I'd be so much happier. Because I enjoy the fact that, like, nothing bothers me when I'm high, but fucking, holy hell, bro. It's so expensive.
Dude, to me, it's one of those things where, like,
It's a catch-22.
it is a catch-22. But at the same time, I know that I have vices because of my tism
Yeah, of course.
that I have to, like, fulfill.
Yeah, sure.
But, like, nicotine, I want to get off nicotine so bad. I want to. I'm so tired of fucking nicotine.
I'm gonna shoot you in the ass with a BB gun every time you smoke.
You're not sticking around me that long. I mean, like, daily. Like, daily, you're not around me that much.
You're right.
We get to see each
I'll
other
hire
every
Keith to
weekend.
do it.
Keith doesn't work with me anymore. He quit.
I'll make
He
Sandy,
moved on to something better.
I'll make Sandy do it.
Sandy wouldn't do it. He's
Yes,
too
he will.
nice. No, he wouldn't. He's too
If you're
nice.
like, Sandy, I'm gonna give you $10,000 to shoot Tyler in the ass every time he tries to smoke. He'd start laughing and be like,
He would
okay.
probably start laughing. You're right.
You're like, aren't you that guy I didn't hire like a week ago? You're like, yeah. That's me.
I don't know. I'm at a point in my life where like I would love to have a bigger house, right? So I've got like my bedroom, I've got my office, and then I've got like the multimedia room, right? But I don't have that bigger place. So I make do with what I have, and I'm making it work as best I can.
Correct.
There's still a few things I need to do to make it to where I really, really want it, but I need money. And the money isn't going to come until I get the paycheck from Lerner and Rowe. Shout out Lerner and Rowe for getting hit by the car last April, right?
They're the way to go.
They are the way to go. So like that, I'm essentially waiting for that check to come in, so that I can take it. I can absolutely zero out my debts because I know I'm going to be able to zero out my debts, right? But then from there, I don't know how much I'll have left over because they're still working on paperwork, so they haven't given me like a full this
amount,
is how much money you're going to
Yeah.
get. But once my debts are zeroed out, because I know it's going to be at least 5 figures. Well, let me not that it's going to be at least 5 figures because there's no fucking way it's going to be 6. But like, if we take 5 figures, right, $10,000. $10,000 will absolutely zero out every bit of debt that I have.
Sure. Me too,
Anything
though.
extra from there, I've got ideas on what I want to do to finish building the multimedia room.
Yes.
And then I've got ideas for like putting money into the podcast so that we
Yeah.
can like push it farther
That's you.
so that we can make we can make money on it a little bit quicker type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Not that I want the podcast to like pop off tomorrow and have like 1 million fucking listeners.
Oh, God.
As nice as it would be,
I'm so sorry.
I don't
everybody
think-
who's suddenly listening now.
I don't think that like if we suddenly overnight had 1 million listeners, I don't think that you and I would handle it well.
No,
Because
I would
of
think
autisms?
I would think how many robots are there?
Well, that too. But I don't know. There are several things that like if I had $25,000, I absolutely could like quit my job at the end of the year because I know that there are ways that I could set things up so that by the end of the year I'm making extra money comparatively to my day job that I could be making twice as much doing bullshit on the internet like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the dream at the end of the day. The American dream has changed at this point, and now it's just about sitting on your ass and making money in the process.
Right, but I mean, like I'm a machinist,
Yeah.
right? I just got a raise.
Yeah.
I am now making more than $20 an hour.
Sure.
And that $20 an hour, or more than, is allowing me to have a decent enough life that I can live by myself,
Uh-huh.
even though I have to take into consideration that I'm renting this place from Grandma.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like I'm paying whatever normal bullshit fees like an apartment would give you, you know? So it's a little cheaper than an apartment for where I'm living. But I get a little bit more room. My neighbors are super cool, and they
Yeah.
don't bother me, and I don't bother them.
Except for when you're wailing on that drum set.
No, even then, like they've told me, like, hey, if you're going at it, fucking go at it. We'll just turn the TV up. And I told them, if you ever want to come over and like have an hour on it, like fucking come over, have an hour on it. I don't care. Like, come play them. I don't give a shit.
That's
You know what I
funny.
mean? And they've been like, yeah, maybe, like, let's get past the holidays and blah blah blah. So now we're well past the holidays at this point. But I want to make enough money here that I don't have to travel to get to work. I don't have to be subjected to physically having to do this, that, or the other to make the company happy. I can just kind of follow my own bullshit and do what I want to do
Love the company.
and hope that other people resonate with it so that I can like make money doing something I like doing.
Yeah, are you saying you're just trying to have fun?
I'm just trying to have fun.
Well, it seems like you're doing a lot more than have fun.
I'm trying, man. I'm
Whatever.
with the bankruptcy this year and the divorce this year
Ugh.
and all the
So
other
much
stuff going on.
negativity.
You say negativity, I say positivity. Are you kidding me? Like, those two
Bankruptcy.
things alone are going to open up so many doors for me. And, like, I don't give a fuck about dating. I don't give a fuck about what society thinks I need to own at the age I am.
The society.
Like, I literally just want to be able to sit in my house, watch my stupid fucking TV shows.
And boy, howdy, are they stupid.
And boy, howdy, is House one of the stupidest shows I've ever watched.
So dumb.
But it's so fun. It's
watched,
dumb as shit, but it's so much fun.
I watched the episode where he broke to that lady that she was pregnant, and she was like, "You have a parasite." And I was like, "Bro,
He's not wrong. Like,
he's not wrong."
if you want to get into that next episode, we'll get into that. But I just want to say to everybody out there, I've been talking for a good long time.
Oh yeah, dude, it's almost an hour now.
This has been the Swithbert Power Hour.
I appreciate it because I have officially reached a vegetative state of crossfaded, so I'm cool.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna end it on the fact that, number one, I want to buy this house.
Yeah.
And I've got ideas on how I can be able to do it by the end of the year.
Yeah.
But I need to get through the bankruptcy
Of
first,
course.
right? Number two, this is the last year I'm filing taxes as a married person.
Yeah, that's even better.
Everything after this is going to be all single Pringle bullshit, and I'm going to take my money and I'm going to roll it into trying to make my online, or our online personas and whatever into something bigger so that we can have a nice life. Because I love you, because you're my brother, and when we have the money to buy land and build whatever the fuck we want on
I'm
it,
gonna make the super
we're
compound.
going to disappear into the earth.
I'm gonna make Waco look like a fucking joke, but hopefully the ATF will be abolished by then.
Well, we'll see. But on the other hand, what I really want is I just want us to be happy, man.
Yeah, we all
Because
wanna be
you and I
happy.
have been going through such weird ass bouts of depression.
Ugh.
Like, especially lately with like the holiday and stuff. We need some wins. And Dad is on our side with it. Like, I've told you his plan. As soon as he doesn't have to be the
Oh yeah,
caretaker
he wants
for
to
Grandma,
fuck off into nowhere.
and as soon as he doesn't have to work anymore because he's very close to retirement age, he's fucking off in his truck and never being seen. Well, not never, because he'll be back into town at least once a month to like restock on some shit.
Yeah.
But like, he's disappearing.
Oh yeah.
It's a shout out to our last episode where I talked about how every single society in the written history of the world has had the stories about the one dude who like lives in a cottage in the middle of the woods and
Yeah.
doesn't fuck with people. Like, I'm bringing that back.
Yeah.
That needs
No,
to
it's
continue to
real.
be a thing. Because I'm so tired of society. I know you're tired of society.
Ugh.
And I know if we got enough acreage and had a wall around our acreage so that people couldn't come in and be assholes, like, that's it, man.
Private property. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again.
Exactly. If you're close enough to read this sign, you're close enough to be shot.
Warning,
So-
if you're close enough to read this sign, you're close enough to be a slave in the basement. Sorry, not sorry. You're part of the illegal moonshine operation now.
Yay! All right. We're going to cut this episode at an hour. This week.
That's understandable. We've done a lot of talking, or at
Do you
least
want to
you've
do the
done a lot of
outro
talking.
this week, or should I?
I don't give.
I did it last
flying
week, so-
fuck. That's Madam Dangly Balls. I'm Sir Tater Tits. We would like to thank you for joining us. We've been the Felonious Friends. We still have no idea what we're doing, but thanks for enjoying anyway. Bye bye.
Soon, very soon, we will have a soundboard. I'm looking into
Soundboard.
it so that we can make stupid little sounds and music and whatever during whatever we're doing.
little sound.
So until then, until next time, folks. Same rap time, same rap channel. Good night, everyone.
Okay, Batman.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I can't be the only one doing this. Ah!